Hello everyone and welcome back to the Football Chat Live, and it is the final day of group stage games at Euro 2024. Group E and Group F will end today, and we're starting with Group E here. This is going to be very, very exciting. 4 teams all tied on 3 points, all to play for. For every single team in this group, they've got 90 minutes to either get dumped out of Euro 2024 or to qualify for the round of 16. Two very, very good games between Slovakia and Romania, and Ukraine versus Belgium. As you can see, I'll be watching Ukraine versus Belgium. I think it's going to be the bigger game, it's the better game, especially when we know that if Romania and Slovakia draw, they're through. So no incentive for either of those sides to go for the game. So I think this one is going to be a better game. Belgium, they will want to top this group. They will want to get through. Sat in third place as it stands. That is not what we expect from Belgium. They'll be hoping that today they can get a big win and propel themselves into the knockouts after what has been a pretty dismal group stage. It was a very, very disappointing loss to Slovakia on the opening day, and a hard-fought win at Romania. It wasn't an easy win. It was hard-fought, eventually winning that game by 2-0. And they'll be hoping that today they can do enough to see off Ukraine and get themselves through. For Ukraine, similarly really to Belgium, a very disappointing loss in match week 1 to Romania. Recovered it against Slovakia from 1-0 down to win that game 2-1. And then, built on from there. They're going to go into this game hoping that they can get something out of it. A draw could be enough for these two sides, depending on results elsewhere. Loss, there's a lot of permutations. They're going to chop and change as the games are played. Because the game is so close, there's so many different outcomes that could come from this game. So, not going to go through them all. We'll go through them as the games are going. But two good sides, and we'll have a look at those starting 11s. Firstly, welcome to the stream, Ryan Tune, classic high full stop from him. Welcome, Ryan. But let's get those teams up then, if I can find them. Excuse me a minute while I get these. But two good sides and a massive game for both sides. Because to be honest, if either of these two sides are to be dumped out today, that would be an upset. Ukraine then, understanding that this game is important and changing system, going to a 5-3-2. Very interesting decision from Sergei Rebrov to go to a 5-back. Anatoly Trubin holds his place in goal after a decent performance against Slovakia. He still usurps Lunin, who didn't do well in the first game against Romania. Across the 5 then, it is Michalenko, Matvienko, Svatok, Zabarny and Simchik. So Svatok coming into the back line to make it a 5, and Simchik keeping his place ahead of Konoplia at right wing back. The midfield 3 then is Shaparenko, Brazko and Sudakov. Again, we've seen Brazko came in the second game. Sudakov, very good player. They will be hoping that for Ukraine he can do something today. And then a front 2 here of Artem Dovbek, who needs to get going in this tournament, and Roman Yaremchuk. So going to the 2 up front, bringing Yaremchuk into the team, hoping that that can change their fortunes. Also, Yaremchuk scoring the winner against Slovakia. Ukraine will hope that is the side that can get them through to the knockouts. As for Belgium then, and it is unchanged from the side that beat Romania. Casteels holds his place in goal. It is at a back 4 of Arta Tiarte, Jan Vertonghen, Woutface and Timothy Castagna. In the pivot, it is Onana and Tielemans. On the left-hand side is Leandro Trossard, so he comes back in. Trossard coming back in for Luca Bayo, who is suspended. Doku holds his place on the right-hand side. De Bruyne in the 10. And the main man, Romelu Lukaku, leading the line once again. I mean, obviously had a very, very tight goal ruled off. Still awaiting. He's still away. More. You'd expect more goals from Lukaku. You really, really would. And Tedesco, we hoping that side has what it takes to get past Ukraine today and to propel themselves into the round 16. If they were to get knocked out today, that would be a massive, massive upset. They'd be the first big giants to see knocked out in this game. So they will be hoping. They will be hoping, Brazil, that that they just get through today without any problems and can, worry about what happens next in the round of 16. Lewis Bush and Jack also joining. Lewis Bush saying, please, Lukaku. Yeah, he has had a very interesting tournament. The Slovakia game was interesting, to say the least. Obviously, I'm sure everyone by now has seen the funny graphic from German TV where Lukaku without VAR would have scored 3 goals at this tournament. But alas, only the one for... Not only one, sorry, for Big Rom. None for Big Rom. And no, he did score one, didn't he? I'm going to have to double check now, because he scored so many that are offside, so many that are onside, you never know what he's done. But yeah, sorry, let's go have a look. Obviously, so he set up Tielemans, and he hasn't scored yet. So he has scored 3 goals that were all offside. Now, if that doesn't sum up Romelu Lukaku, I don't know what does. That man is not having a good tournament so far. He'll be hoping that today he can get on the score sheet. And Belgium will be hoping that today he can get on the score sheet. Obviously, they were much better against Romania. 2 well-taken goals. I mean, the Tielemans one was very, very good. I was impressed with that one. I think the second one from De Bruyne was a bit fortunate from Belgium. I think they only scored that second one because Romania went for the game, which is fair enough. You expect from they count their shell and they got punished for that. So for Belgium, it was a marked improvement from the 1-0 loss to Slovakia to the win against Romania. Today, they'll be hoping to push one more further, get the win at Ukraine. If they win today, they are through no matter what. And they know that. So they'll be hoping nothing silly here. Nick Dack, welcome to the stream as well, saying, what's up, everyone? Lewis Bush saying, I need a Lukaku and Casteels hat-trick. I mean, if Casteels keeps a hat-trick, I'll be surprised. If Lukaku scores... I think there's more chance that Casteels scores a hat-trick than Lukaku does, to be completely honest. But again, I mean, I think it's be hard. I'd be surprised if Casteels keeps a clean sheet as well. Ukraine will go for this, because again, they're in the same position as Belgium. They need to win today. Because if all 4 of these teams draw, Romania and Slovakia take the top 2 spots, Belgium will sit in 3rd, and Ukraine will be out. So Ukraine have to win today. Simple as that. So they're going to go for the game. Belgium, similarly, they have to win today if they want to get into those top 2 spots. They would go through 3rd on 4 points, but still, they want to take those top 2 spots. And that's the thing. That is the prerogative for... This is why I'm watching Ukraine-Belgium and not Slovakia-Romania. I've loved watching Romania at this tournament, but those sides know if they draw 0-0, they are both through. So, I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? That says it all. But, I mean, and obviously there's rumours saying that there was that ex-Romanian player that said that they've agreed to draw a 0-0, which would, now that they do draw 0-0, I'm sure there'll be a bit of an investigation into that. I think it says Jack finished ranting now. I think so. Yep, that is all over. We're all positive about England now, because Ian Wright said we should play Saka left back, so now we'll all be positive. Lewis Bush saying, but Ukraine have been bad. They have been bad. To be completely honest, I think Ukraine could be in trouble today. And we could see a big shock. They were terrible in the Romania game. In the Slovakia game, they had to come from behind to win that game. They were really poor for the first 60 minutes, first 45 minutes of that game. Second half, though, they massively improved. And it really depends what version of Ukraine we get today. Whether we get whether we get the Ukraine team that played against Romania, or whether we get the Ukraine team that played against Slovakia in that second half, because for the first half of that Slovakia game, they deserved to lose. The second half, they upped the ante. They were much better. They pushed themselves onto Slovakia, and they reaped the rewards from it. They won that game. They need to do that again today. Nick says Ukraine can't just go for it. They need to stay in the game as long as possible. They do, but they're on a -2 goal difference, sat bottom of the group. So at some point, they've got to go for the game because they've got to go quite big. But again, so far in this tournament, we've seen a really poor version of both of these sides and a really good version of both of these sides. So both, I think either way, we're going to be in for a good game. Either one side's going to turn up, either both sides are going to turn up, or neither side will turn up. But either way, it will be a competitive game because they both need to win. Simple as that. And if they don't, the team that don't win today will be the first big shock for me, other than Croatia, will be another big shock at this Euros. Because these are two sides that were hoped to push on to more. Belgium were semi-finalists in 2020. Ukraine were quarter-finalists. For one of these two sides to be knocked out today, it would be a huge upset and a very disappointing tournament for their fans. So they'll be hoping that nothing silly will happen today. For Slovakia and Romania, I mean, what a day for them. They are 90 minutes away from qualifying for the Euro 2024 knockouts. That is an absolutely incredible achievement for both sides, and you have to take your hat off to them. You know, they've been brilliant, absolutely brilliant in this group stage, and they should be okay. Both sides should be okay. I mean, I'm expecting a draw in that game, not because the bloke said so, but I think there will just be that kind of mutual. Neither side's going to push for the game because they know a draw's good enough. If I did have to go for a winner, I think it will be Romania, though. I think they're the better side. They've showed more quality, and they've got more players that can come out and score a goal. That being said, Schranz is joint top goal scorer at the moment, so don't bet against him to score. For Slovakia, then, Nick Nash put his prediction in saying 2-0 Belgium, I reckon. Fair enough. I'll get into predictions in just a minute. I'm just going to quickly go through. That Belgian team is a mixture of players who can run and players who can't. Yeah, it's a bit of a... I think that's been Belgium's problem. It is a bit of a changing of the guard at the moment. You know, you've lost some big names. Obviously, Courtois through injury. Hazard's not here anymore. Sorry, Hazard's not with the national team anymore. And you know, you've got young players. You've got players like Trossard coming through, and some decent players coming into this side. But then you've still got players like Jan Vertonghen, who for me just aren't good enough. Yeah, they're not going to cut it. Lukaku can't finish his dinner. Doku is a very exciting player that lacks end product. De Bruyne on his day is a phenomenal footballer. If he delivers, they will win the game today. Trossard didn't play the Romania game, and I think he's quite fortunate because I think Luka Bakayoko looked really good in that game, but he is suspended because he's picked up 2 yellow cards. So Trossard has been handed a lifeline here, and he's been given another chance to impress Tedesco. But yeah, let's get into some predictions then. If you are tuning in, have your say in the polling chat and get involved in the live chat. Let me know what your score prediction is for this game. Lewis Bush saying, I think Castile's goal and Lukaku goal 2-0 win. So Nick has gone 2-0, Lewis has gone 2-0. I'm going to follow in a similar suit, and I'm going to go 2-1 Belgium. I think Ukraine will score, add a bit of jeopardy. But I think overall this will be a very competitive game that Belgium will come out on top of, and Ukraine will go crashing out of this year's edition of the European Championships. I think Belgium will take the lead through... I will go Lukaku to score. I think he'll finally get one. Ukraine will then equalise through Roman Yaremchuk. And then in the second half, it'll be a goal from Jeremy Doku to get Belgium the win, get them across the line, and see themselves into the round of 16. Nia saying even Tielemans can get exposed. Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued to see how Belgium play tonight. They've been very hit and miss at the tournament, so let's see how they set up, how they play tonight. Asking, where's Mudryk? Well, they've changed system. Ukraine, well, they do make a good point. He's only on the bench, so I don't know what that's about. But either way, Ukraine have changed systems. They've gone 5-3-2. So I don't think Mudryk would start anyway. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why he's not on the bench. If someone does know, do let me know. It's an all-English officiating team today, consisting of Anthony Taylor and his assistants, with Atwell and Coote on VAR. So expect some dodgy decisions and some lengthy delays. Neil saying they're relying on Onana's energy in central midfield. Yeah, they are, but the other thing is that obviously, I mean, Tielemans scored in the last game, and that's what he gives you. He gives you a bit more of an attacking output. Onana will sit and Onana will hold in that midfield. Tielemans will give you that license to go forward. It could also look like a 4-3-3, so that's a bit more balanced with Onana propping up the midfield, Tielemans covering the ground in between, and De Bruyne linking up with the front line. But we know what De Bruyne's going to play high, and we know what he's what he's going to do when he gets on the ball. But yeah, two big games coming up for all 4 teams in this group. 90 minutes to decide whether they are still in the Euros or not. I think is this the first group where every single team has still been in contention to qualify. Yeah, I mean, well, obviously Group C, they could all still qualify. But this is the only group where all four teams could go out, and all four teams are slim with a shout to go through. So there's a good mix there, a lot to play for. Anything can happen to all four of these teams in the group. But we're about to get underway for a huge 90 minutes. Lewis Bush says, well, I know I can get snacks after every goal. Fair enough. But yeah. I mean, we'll have a look at the poll now. The poll is saying 40% Ukraine, 40% Belgium, 20% draw. So pretty split in there. Very undecided. And Anthony Taylor is going to get us underway in this game. Belgium with a point to prove. That's the thing. The problem is, for both these sides, if they were to go out, it would be a massive shock. But one of them has to go. One of them has to go today. And your Mchuk here winning an early corner. But yeah, there is going to be a shock today, because either one of these sides has to leave. If it's a draw or a loss, Ukraine are. If it's a draw or a loss, if it's a loss for Ukraine, they're out. If it's a draw and Slovakia pick up a positive result, Ukraine are out. So they need to find. They realistically today to still be in the game, Ukraine need to find a win if they want any chance. To be completely honest, Belgium will do with a point. For Slovakia and Romania, a 0-0 draw will see them through. Gary on the stream saying voted draw. Fair enough. Thanks for that info. I'm guessing you're predicting a draw or you're just voting draw. But yeah, first minute here. Ukraine did waste that corner, by the way, and Belgium will get it moving again. About face. Into Tielemans, to Amadou Onana. Here is Leandro Trossard. So Trossard on the right hand side to start with, Doku on the left hand side. Interesting to see. I'm sure they'll swap and change all game. Arta Tiate tries to play the ball over the top to Jeremy Doku, but that will run straight on to Anatoly Trubin. And he will roll it out to get Ukraine moving once again. Here is Trubin. And we've had to stop the game for something. I don't know what's happened here. Taylor is running over to Casteels. What's going on? I don't know what's happened here. Casteels has called over to Taylor and now Taylor's going to talk to Trubin. Now Taylor's got the ball. Okay, they stopped the game. Casteels had a chat with Anthony Taylor, and then we got the game moving again. No clue what was going on there. Just fancied a chat. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Here is Tielemans to Teatre. Here is Wout Face into Castagna. Taylor's lots of players already. I don't know what that was about, to be honest. Just messing around. I don't know. Talking to Castagna. Yeah, I don't know. Very weird moment. Ukraine battling hard up front. Here is Sudakov. Good feet from the Ukrainian. Whipped in by Michaelenko. It takes a nick off Castagna. And that goes into the arms of Casteels. Now Teatre is driving forwards. Here's Jeremy Doku. Oh, lovely footwork to find Kevin De Bruyne. Switches it to Timothy Castagna. Plays it to Trossard. Trossard into Lukaku's feet. Plays a 1-2 into Kevin De Bruyne. Tries to slot through. Doku cut out by Simchik. And that is out for a Belgian throw. Teatre to Jeremy Doku. Has to go back to the left back, who will swing it in. Headed away by Zabarny. Ukraine sitting very, very deep. Onana. Because I guess if they win 1-0 today, obviously they go through because they'll jump above Belgium. So they can't just afford to sit back and absorb pressure. Then it's saying Ukraine should have the ability to cause this Belgian defence a few problems. The difficulty will keeping things tight at the other end. Yeah, exactly that. You know, they're not going to have it easy to hold off this Belgian attack. Here is Trossard. Trossard into Onana. Onana in back to Trossard. Good footwork from the winger. Plays it inside to Tielemans. Finds Lukaku. Good strength from Zabarny though, and that rolls through to Trubin. And that is interesting to see. Zabarny beating Lukaku there in the physical battle. Trubin then will roll it out to Sudakov. Sudakov to Zabarny. Messi in there, and Yaremchuk draws the foul from Wout face. Yeah, so it's not you seeing Trossard on the right. Yeah, I mean it's an interesting call, but I guess you could have prioritized Doku, and yeah, as you say, Doku and Trossard they will swap sides. They will mix up in this game. That's a lovely switch to the bay, looking for Michaelenko, cut out by Timothy Castagna. Belgium now with a chance just to get on the ball and to relax. Castagna, Trossard. Ukraine pressing hard the pitch here, putting Belgium under all sorts of pressure, and Trossard is forced to play a long ball over the top. To find Teatre. Here is De Bruyne. De Bruyne looks to play through Lukaku, and it's a good save from Anatoly Trubin. The first signs of real danger from Belgium. It's lovely, lovely football from Kevin De Bruyne. Great ball through the lines. Lukaku gets there. The shot is less than convincing. He just gets nothing behind it whatsoever, and Trubin saves it. But positive signs from Belgium. Drew Law onto the screen saying Mudryk injured pre-game. I'm not sure, to be completely honest. I just assumed that he wasn't starting. I'll have a look. But yeah, I didn't see the lineups prior to kickoff, so I didn't actually see whether he was named or not. I mean, what? Yeah, between now and the today and the Slovakia game, Mudryk as something's happened. He's failed to make the squad today. For one reason or another, not too sure about that. Saying they have to find a way to isolate Vertonghen, and Lukaku didn't get hold of it. Yeah, he just didn't get behind it, did he? And yeah, I get what you mean. You've got to run at Vertonghen. I mean, Wout face isn't great either, so maybe I just run at both of them. That's the thing. I don't think his Belgian defence is very good. I think Vertonghen and Wout face are both equally rubbish. No, I don't rate either of them very highly at all. Gary saying both matches feature a yellow team versus a blue team. Belgium wearing a lighter blue than Slovakia though. Yeah, and obviously Ukraine and Romania are both blue and yellow. So definitely a prominent colour scheme in Group E. That's a lovely fit on the corner from De Bruyne. Doku sits on the floor and he's been dispossessed for it. De Bruyne wins it back though, and Belgium can maybe with this Belgian kit they're hoping to make it look like Man City, so that then De Bruyne and Doku would play really, really well. Castagna over the top into Leandro Trossard. That is cut out superbly by Matvienko, and will go out for a Belgian throw. Look at that lovely footwork from Kevin De Bruyne. Here is Castagna. Castagna into Onana. Onana to face. Face to Vertonghen. Here is Vertonghen again. Just under 10 minutes played. Neither side really threatening anything yet. Here is Face. Vertonghen. Face into Doku. Really good. Draws the foul. Silly free kick to concede. In there from Zabarnyi. Just unnecessarily just kicks Doku as he skips past him. Didn't need to do that. Drew Law says on notes Mudryk with a muscle injury. Fair enough, yeah. So problems for Mudryk in the run into this game. I mean, I guess it is a miss for Ukraine, but obviously they're not playing wingers today. So I don't think it has a massive impact unless they felt that they were forced into a shape change. I don't know. Yeah, so the ball stays on the stadium then. Yeah. I mean, he did have that woeful shot in that Slovakia game that went miles over. Here is Doku into Tielemans, puts it in there, headed up and away by Matvienko. Shimshik gets it away. Yaremchuk holds it up, falls to Brazko. Brazko plays it to Matvienko, across to Michaelenko. Better football from Ukraine. Here is Sudakov. Goes backwards. And I think Doku played fat run over his foot on purpose. Yeah. I think he cut inside, then he saw Zabarnyi running in and went, yeah, right. I'm just going to take this guy out. Jeremy Doku running at Simchik. Gets past him, looks to play into De Bruyne, but it's blocked. And now Sudakov will bring it forwards, but the pass is cut out. Doku. De Bruyne, well defended by Simchik again, and Ukraine recover the ball again. Really good stuff from Ukraine so far. How's it when Belgium played Romania? Yeah, the difference is that obviously the thing that Belgium did well is they scored very early on, whereas for this they haven't, and that could come back to punish them. But we will see. We will see. Here is Wout Face. Castagna. To Trossard. Cross to Onana. Through the lines to De Bruyne, who isn't going to get there, and that will go out for a Ukraine goal kick. Chances will come. Yeah, they will. They will come. It's just about when they will come and what the score is at that point. Give Ukraine an opportunity and they might take it. Equally, the way Dovbyek not had a good tournament. No, and obviously Yaremchuk scored the winner in the Slovakia game, but this is his first start, so there's a bit of an unknown as to what's going to happen. Long ball then, headed away by Onana, finding De Bruyne. De Bruyne still coming forward with it, looks to play through Lukaku. That is a great interception from Svatok, stopping that ball through the roll of Lukaku, and it is out for a Belgian corner. An unorthodox clearance, to say the least, but a good interception nonetheless. And now a corner to Belgium. Ball whipped in by De Bruyne, headed up and headed away by Zabarnyi. Another corner for Belgium. Yes, as Belgium do one of the best front lines in the tournament. They do, but on their day. Lukaku is very hit and miss. Doku doesn't have much end product. Haven't seen much from Trossard at this tournament yet. And De Bruyne, De Bruyne's good. And there was a collision in the box here between Brazko and Onana. And there's another one as well between Vertonghen and Matvienko, and that they are both a bit clumsy, but Stuart Atwell deeming that there's nothing in that in the VAR room, which is good because they would have been very soft. Ball through the lines, finding Sudakov. Sudakov out wide to Simchik. Plays it inside to Yaremchuk. Still holding on to it. Back to Simchik. Good fiddle from Ukraine. Sudakov. Stefanenko. Michaelenko. Back to Stefanenko. Here is Matvienko. Plays to Zabani. Zabani switches the play. Great touch from Michaelenko, but good defending from Timothy Gastagna, and that is out for a Ukraine throw. Matvienko goes backwards, and eventually his team will find Zabani. Zabani plays it inside. Stefanenko now gives it to Matvienko. Here is Michaelenko. Stefanenko again. Brazo again. That is a terrible, terrible pass out. And what a way to give away possession. A shocking pass. Absolutely shocking. But yeah, 15 minutes gone. Belgium back with the ball now then. Steals to Verdongen. Doku. Doku, great drive. Not really make out ground, but he's here. That's what matters. Switch from Trossard to Teatre. He finds Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne's pass is blocked, but it will go out for a Belgium throw on. Here is Trossard. Into Jeremy Doku. Back to Trossard. So loose pass from Castagna. Now here come Ukraine. Stepanenko slots it into Dovbyk. Dovbyk back to Simchik. Here is Zabani, Svatok, Matvienko. Into Zabani. Stepanenko switches it to Mikhailenko. Tries to play it sweetly to Yaremchuk, doesn't work, and then he responds by just shoving over about face for no reason. So really, it's just silly. Just really silly from Ukraine in that scenario. Slovakia and Romania have good foreign relations now. I've seen one, not the other one. Well, yeah, obviously, people have said that there's, I don't think they'd agreed to anything, but realistically, it'll be in the back of their heads. They both know that they're both through with a draw. There's no incentive to push forward, so I think they will end up drawing that game. Here is Lukaku. Into Teatre. Plays it through nobody, and Ukraine have it back. Here is Zabani to Trubin. Trubin finding Matvienko. Matvienko looking for Sudakov, can't find him. Ball on from Belgium. Lukaku holds it up. De Bruyne tries to play it for the Tielemans. That is intercepted. Here is Doku. De Bruyne looks for Lukaku. Poor pass, and Ukraine have the ball once again. I think there's also a big bonus for both teams if they can play 90 minutes without no injuries and no fatigue. Yeah, 100%. It's like a rest period for them, which is what they want. Very ideal. Here is Stepanenko out wide. Ball to Dovbyk. Poor pass, but won back by Brasco. Here is Matvienko. Inside to Brasco. Here's Matvienko. Not bad stuff so far from Ukraine. They're holding well, they're holding firm. That is what they need to do. And as we hit the 20-minute mark, just a reminder then that as it stands in this group, that's a good rate, that's a good decent effort from range from Yaremchuk, but well claimed by Casteels. But as it stands in this group, if it was to remain even in both games, Romania would go through as the top seed. Belgium would take second place. Slovakia would go through as third, and Ukraine would crash out of the tournament. So that would be big. That would be absolutely massive. So yeah. Who knows in that department? Dovbyk has a go from range and he drags that very far wide. And when I say very far wide, I mean very far wide. That is a really poor effort. He has not had a good tournament, Artem Dovbyk. Expecting much better from him. Yaremchuk here lays it into the forward. He takes a decent, it's not a great touch, and with his left foot drags it miles past the goal. Now it says, but if Ukraine scores, Slovakia are in trouble, so maybe a risky strategy. Yeah. Well, no, because then obviously Belgium lose a point. So then Slovakia is still ahead of Belgium. So they'd be third either way. That's the thing. Slovakia can draw today and they're through. So if Slovakia and Romania draw, they're both through no matter what happens in this game. Because one of these sides, if not both of them, has to drop points. So yeah. Nia says Ukraine just having pot shots at the moment. No, just busting a gut to get forward and support the attack. Yeah, there seems to be a real incentive of just even when they come forward, there's a real incentive to remain compact and to be defensive and to protect what they've got so far, which is interesting. But yeah, that's why this group's such a brilliant group, because by default we could have Romania and Slovakia both through into the round of 16. So the only way Belgium get knocked out today is if those two teams draw and Ukraine win. Gary says, seems Belgium need at least one Afro man in their squad every competition. Yeah. I mean, it used to be Axel Witsel. But now it is Wout Face, which is a massive downgrade. But yeah. On Fellaini as well. Forgot about Fellaini, yeah. They do, they always seem to have if you say an afro. It's a tradition at this point. De Bruyne up through to Timothy Castagna. Cross it into the box, looking for Lukaku. That's a big header from Zabani to stop that ball reaching Big Rom. If not, you'd bet your bottom dollar that was going to head towards the goal. Here is Teatre as a go from range, and it's just over the bar. Yeah, Belgium's turn there to fire in pot shots. Not troubling the goalkeeper. It's that Castagna ball in. And if it wasn't for the head of Zabani, that would have fallen right to Romelu Lukaku. 23 minutes played, then the poll saying 30% for a draw, 30% for Ukraine, and 40% for Belgium. Very interesting readings of people thinking it's going to be a close one no matter what. I think that's worth man marking De Bruyne. Yeah, it is. That is probably a fundamental when you're playing against him. Is you keep someone on him. Don't let him have time to settle. Don't let him have time to work his magic, because then you get punished for it. Yeah, here is KDB. Plays it to Romelu Lukaku. Big interception though. Will fall nicely. And here is Amadou Onana into Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans to Face. Face to Doku. Good build up from Belgium. Doku. Can he show it? End product. Brilliant burst of pace. But does it get us to go come back on himself? Plays it back to Tielemans, who crosses it in. That was woeful. Hacked away. Recycled by Belgium. De Bruyne on the edge. Looks to have a go. Can't get a shot away. Here is Timothy Castagna. Back to Amadou Onana. Onana. Not bad. Dinks over the top. Looking for Trossard, who can't quite flick it goals. And Ukraine will win the ball back. Mikalenko will launch it up the pitch, but they can't bring it down up there. And Belgium will keep possession. Here is De Bruyne, Onana. Here is Tielemans. Castagna. Onana to De Bruyne. Cuts it back. Who'd that come off last? It came off De Bruyne last, and that'll be a Ukraine goal kick. Not a bad start for Ukraine in the first 25 minutes. They've battled really, really well. And there's a big goal in the game between Slovakia and Romania. And it is Slovakia who have taken the lead. That is a huge moment in this game. Duda with a header. So that flips the group on its head. Slovakia would top the group. Belgium and Ukraine would progress. And Romania would be crashed out. And that would be disappointing for a team who started the tournament so well. But a huge goal over there. Slovakia leading against Romania. And Ukraine now coming forwards. Braz goes a go from range. It was blocked. Will be recycled by Teatre. But a big goal. A absolutely huge goal for Slovakia. Yeah, so this is a must draw game now. Yeah, well, yeah. If both sides draw, they are through. And as you say, yeah, the loser would then drop below Romania again. So yeah. Doku, good feet. Finding Kevin De Bruyne. Hooks it into the box. Can't quite fall to anyone. Headed away by Simchik. And will fall to Stepanenko. Alex, Arsenal fan, welcome to the stream, mate. But yeah, as Nia says, this game has a lot of importance now on this because Ukraine know with this result they can go through. Now, obviously, there's plenty of time for Romania to equalise. Well, here come Ukraine coming forward. Dovbyek in behind. He's beaten Valface. He's got what? He's caught in two minds as to what to do. Holds it up, lays it to Sudakov, and that is a woeful shot. And that is a massive waste of a chance for Ukraine. Artem Dovbyek, he does the hard part. Sudakov plays this ball through brilliantly. And then Dovbyek, he beats Face there. He cuts back on himself. And he doesn't know whether to shoot or to play it to Yaremchuk. So he holds it up. He waits for someone to run on. He lays it off. And Sudakov skies it over. What a waste. What a waste. I can't believe that. That's an absolute shocker. Had to make a decision and didn't. And then Sudakov runs in and I don't know what he's trying to do. He's leant back, he's got under it, he's panicked. You've got to drill that. You've got to absolutely drill that. Trying to find top corners. Don't. Drill it. Hard, low and firm into the bottom corner. Goal. They come forward again, Ukraine. Here is Sudakov. Sudakov using Mikalenko on the left-hand side, who whips it in. Not bad ball. Yaremchuk heads towards goal, but he heads wide. But a good passage of play once again from Ukraine, starting to put Belgium under a little bit of pressure. Sharia, welcome to the stream, says, how ironic my Euro winners out in the group stages. Yeah, that your prediction aged well. Nia says, there is 2028 Sharia, Modric will be 42 then, though. Yeah, I don't think Modric will be playing for Croatia at Euro 28. That would be ridiculous. Here is Casillas then. So a goal in Slovakia. So a goal in Slovakia versus Romania. Heading given to Slovakia. This game here, Belgium have had a nice first 20-25 minutes. But in the last few moments, Ukraine starting to work their way back into this game. As Nick says, Belgium creaking at the back a bit. Yeah, and that's their problem. They are not solid defensively. I mean, look at the Romania game. They won that 2-0, but how many chances did Romania have when the game was only 1-0 to Belgium? There were so many opportunities for Romania to score, and they didn't take them. Belgium got fortunate in that department. I think this game's be very interesting. Romania aren't out yet. Even if they lose, I can still see one of these two sides losing today as well. Here is Wout Face. And obviously, there's still 60 minutes for Romania to turn that game on its head. Here is Teatre to Jeremy Doku. Doku into Face. Here is De Bruyne across to Castagna. Timothy Castagna plays it to Onana, to Yuri Tielemans. Good football from Belgium. Here is Onana. Dawdling on it a little bit now. He's taken too long. He's been forced back towards his own goal. Plays it to Trossard through the legs. Lukaku tries to hold it up. Big tackle though from Svatok. And there's an amputation. I don't know if Taylor's given a free kick here or I just stopped the game. He's given a free kick. That's a terrible decision because it's a very late one. So yeah, Matvienko coming. It's like, yeah, it's Svatok coming in. It's a foul. It's clumsy. Really clumsy from the Ukraine defender. Just kicks the back of Lukaku's shoe. 15 minutes then until half time. A chance for Belgium then from this free kick. And Taylor just having a word with Svatok. Here we go then. Opportunity for Belgium then. It will be Kevin De Bruyne to whip the ball in. Not ahead of any play on. Well, he's given the free kick. He gave it very, very late, but he's given the free kick. So, very interesting decision. The ball then to be whipped in by Belgium. Wish I'd add this kit is not Belgium. Belgium do not play in blue and brown. And De Bruyne went to whip it in, and he's now called Anthony Taylor over. I don't know what's going on today. That's the second time where a Belgian player has called Anthony Taylor over to talk to him about something. Oh, it's a laser. Some prat in the crowd is shining a laser on De Bruyne. And that's what he's not happy about. I mean, you have to be an idiot, don't you, to bring a laser to a football game. De Bruyne will put it in nonetheless. He tries to catch the keeper out. And into the side netting. A bit of smart play from Kevin De Bruyne. Trubin's miles off his line, of course, expecting the ball to be whipped in. De Bruyne instead goes for goal. And nearly, and I tell you what, if that was on target, I think Trubin would have been struggling. But into the side netting goes the effort, but not bad. I like the attempt there to use trickery to try and catch the keeper off guard. So as Nick says, cheeky, very cheeky. Here is Shaparenko. It's not a great pass, and Simchik can't bring it down. But yeah, very interesting narrative developing in this group. This game still locked horns at 0-0. Slovakia found the breakthrough at Romania 1-0 to 1-0 to them. Here is Matvienko to Svatok. Zabarny. Taking his time, under no pressure. Here is Matvienko. Matvienko into Michaelenko, cuts it back to Surikov, who has a go. It's not a great effort, and it's caught by Casteels. Not bad though. Again, good football from Ukraine, but the effort from Sudakov is yet again, underwhelming to say the least. He was disappointed with that one. He would expect to do better. Here is Timothy Castagna into devout face. Across to Teatre. Plays it to Jeremy Doku. Dancing feet but forced backwards. Teatre to face. Face to Castagna. Castagna to Onana. Onana tries to play a ball to De Bruyne. It's overhit and Ukraine win the ball back. Here is Zabani on the ball now. 10 to play here in Stuttgart. Ball out wide. 1-2 between Zabani and Simchik. Here is Shaparenko. Ball into Sudakov. The touch isn't great. He can't bring it down very well. And now De Bruyne will come the other way. Catching Ukraine out. Here is Leandro Trossard. Pulled back by Svatok. That's the one. Now it says De Bruyne is not as mobile as he used to be. But that, I think... Obviously still a quality footballer. He needs to show that though. Yeah. Here is about face. De Bruyne. Belgium coming forward with it. Here is Trossard. Dispossessed. Out for a Belgian throw. But yeah, Belgium just building into this game. Here is face into Doku. Burst of pace down the line. Jeremy Doku. That is a really, really poor cross. And yeah, woeful is how I describe that. Not a very, very good cross. And the whole move breaks down. Yeah, needs to do better with that. Really does. Here is Matvienko. He got it to feet. Yeah, can't actually pass some balls miles in front of him. Yeah, exactly. He's not going to run on to a ball that's been put 10 yards in front of him. He's not that kind of player anymore. And also, Romania have levelled another big goal in this group. So we return to as it stood. And it was from the penalty spot. And it was a very well taken penalty by Marin. And Romania are level in that game. So we are back to the way we started. Romania go to the top of the group. Slovakia go to third. And as it stands, Ukraine would be out. Ball switched, looking for Mikalenko. Can't quite get on the end of it. But that is big. We said there was time for Romania to respond. And they do in terms of a penalty. Some very, very interesting decision making there. Decisions made there. It was a good penalty. I haven't seen the incident that won the penalty. But yeah, here is Doku. Doku brought down. Taylor says no. Plays advantages. Here comes De Bruyne. Intercepted. Here is Onana with a lovely use of his feet. Here is Leandro Trossard to Kevin De Bruyne. Into Onana. And then Onana to Doku. Doku to Tielemans. Onana. De Bruyne. Oh, a bit of afters there as well in between. De Bruyne's kicked it out and it's got me messy here. Sudakov's on the floor and Onana didn't kick it out. So someone basically went and just shoved Onana over. And it was initially... Oh, that's a nasty one. It's accidental from Andre Onana. Yeah, he just catches Sudakov. It's not a nice one. But Sudakov is going to require some treatment here. Hopefully he is okay. But yeah, not a bad start from both sides. To be completely honest, I've been impressed with how both sides have started this game. I think Belgium will be frustrated to score. The problem is for Ukraine is that they know they need to win. Now that Romania have levelled that game up have levelled that game up again. Pressure's on Ukraine again. Yeah, it's accidental. Yeah, it was accidental. It's going to hurt, but as you say, accidental. Just went to dummy past him and ended up just hitting into him, or standing on him. Sorry, just went to plant his foot. But yeah, the poll then, majority going for the draw. 46% of people think this game will remain level. 31% going for Belgium, 23% going for Ukraine. So most people think this will serve as draw. And as it stands, if both games in this group stick with the same result, this game at 0-0, Slovakia versus Romania at 1 apiece, then Ukraine would be out. Dara Azizi, welcome to the stream, mate. Saying hello all. Hello, mate. I think I say Michael Enko getting Trossard. Yeah, I mean, Trossard has had a really poor tournament. He was terrible in the first game. Sorry, ball in from De Bruyne, headed away. The ball we put back in by Onana, but he faked it. But Trossard was terrible in the first game. He was then benched for Luca Bacchio in the second game. And then Luca Bacchio got booked in that second game, which then means that he picked out his second card, which then now means that Luca Bacchio is suspended for this game, which is a shame, because I thought Luca Bacchio was really good in that Romania game. So he's suspended for today. So I think Tedesco's hand has been forced to play Trossard again, and again, it's not paid off. Oh, this is good football from Ukraine. Yaremchuk across the goal, and Dovjet's got to throw himself at it. He has to throw himself at that. That is shocking. Really good football from Ukraine. What a ball through. Matvienko plays it through the lines to Sudakov, who lays it into Yaremchuk, who puts it across the box, and it's in front of Artem Dovbek, who has to throw himself at this ball. And Rebrov's frustrated because they are out. As it sounds, Ukraine are out. So for Dovbek to stand there while the ball just runs across the front of the goal is really poor. Yeah. Now saying suspensions just mean players get rest. Yeah, but when they play well, and then it means you have to play, Trossard, it'll be frustrating for Tedesco. Here's Michaelenko round the corner. That's a poor tackle from Valtface, and unsurprisingly, he will pick up a yellow card. And this is what I mean. That is I don't know what's he doing. It's stupid. That is a championship tackle because he's a championship defender. And this is why I worry for Belgium, because their defence is not good enough. Vertonghen is too old and Valtface is too shit. Simple as that. Next thing we could do with a few of our players getting suspended, I mean, it would force Southgate's hand, wouldn't it? But as we said, there were positive signs last night, so we'll see what happens in the round of 16. Ball then to be put in here by Sudakov. Ukraine, they've had decent opportunities. This is a good one. From this free kick, can they cause an issue? Sudakov will whip this one in. That is poor. He tries to do what De Bruyne did and catch the goalkeeper out. The difference was Casteels was on his line, so it didn't actually matter. Yeah, that is poor. What a waste. What an absolute waste. But yeah, real shame. Gotta be using those kind of opportunities. Dara saying England versus India tomorrow, felt like it'll be tough. It will be tough. But, we all remember what happened last time we played India. Absolutely brilliant. Got to repeat that. Cricket, for anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about. And that is a foul in there from Michaelenko on Doku. Here is Tielemans to Teatre. Tielemans across to Face. Here is Casteels. Back to Face. Axel's fan says Romania 1-1. Yes, confirming that a penalty for Romania, as we said, levelling up that game, which means Ukraine need to win here. Next says, what happens if England win tomorrow? We go through to the final. It's a semi-final. Yeah. So a win tomorrow into the final. So a very big game. Gary says, did anyone see Wright? You suggest Saka at left back on the IT post? I did see that, yes. That was interesting. Here comes Trossard. He's been put onto the left-hand side now. Plays it to Kevin De Bruyne, who has a go from range. That is a good save from Anatoly Trubin. But yes, I saw that from Righty, and I'm not gonna slag him off or laugh at it, because I get what he's on about. Because it would mean putting a left-sided player at left back in a role that he has played before, and he has a left foot and he can create from left back. But yeah, as you say, it has been 4 years, and it would be terrible. Because if it went wrong, then as you say, the media would have a field day and they'd eat him alive. And it would leave us, and defensively, we were in big trouble. 2 minutes additional time, by the way. But yeah, Gary, you've summed that up perfectly, to be honest. Pros and cons to it. I understand what Wright is on about, but realistically, it would just not logistically work. We'd be too weak defensively. We'd get punished for it. And yeah. Gordon and Trent at the wing-backs is what we need. Oh, no, I'm not. Again, Gordon will not defend. Trent can't defend, nor can Gordon. And then suddenly you leave yourself in a world of trouble. And that also means playing a 3-back and, our third centre-half either Ezri Konsa or Lewis Dunk. Now, I don't mind Ezri Konsa, I do mind Lewis Dunk, and either or, I don't think they're good enough to start. That's my problem with that. I don't think we were that bad last night. Here's Sudakov. Once Shaw's fit, it'll be absolutely fine. Sudakov, ball into Dovbyek, and his header is just wide. And Jaremchuk, he was onside. He's got to make better contact with that. Yeah, he was on. No, he wasn't. He was offside. So wouldn't have counted if it had gone in. But he's still got to do better with that. But yeah, that is it then. That is half time. It is goalless here. And just to reiterate what that means for the group is that Romania, because both games are a draw, Romania would top it, Belgium would go through second, Slovakia would go through in the third place, and Ukraine would be out on goal difference. That is harsh. That is really harsh. All 4 teams are level on 4. So the whole group would be decided on goal difference. That is very harsh for Ukraine. But it means they've got to win. They've got to find something in the second half. To be honest, first half, I don't think they were that bad. Both sides, it was a decent game first half. Both sides had chances. But Ukraine, they've got to come for it now. They've got to go for the game because they need to win as it stands. Ningas says, attack is best on defence. Shaw should have played yesterday. Either he's fit or he's not. Yeah. I mean, do we play Sunday? I think we play Sunday. So it'll be interesting to see. Dara says Saka at left back is something that should have been explained before this tournament. Just like, yeah, you're spot on. That rare fours, wow, yeah, I know. What is such a tight group. And to be honest, you have to feel for Ukraine here. Because to go out, it's for every single team to be on 4 points and for you to go out on goal difference is very harsh. It's really, really harsh. But that's how it happens, to be honest. They were the ones. They conceded 3 to Romania. And that has cost them. if they'd kept... What's funny is that if they'd only lost that game 1 or 2-0, they're being with shout, but they're just too far off the goal difference. Ridiculously tight. It could not be closer. But yeah. Casey on the stream saying this group is the opposite of Group C. How so? How so? Because, I mean, even Group C went down to fair play. I saw that. Group C went down to the fact that a Slovenian assistant manager was booked. Because Denmark and Slovenia were tied on head-to-head, tied on goal difference, tied on goals scored and goals conceded, and they were tied on fair play on the pitch. So their positioning was decided... Well, I've seen two things. Some people have said it was decided on qualifying. Some people have said that it was decided on fair play off the pitch. Because they both had identical fair play records on the pitch, and it went down to the fact that there was a yellow card to a Slovenian coach. But I don't know which one it is. If someone else can confirm, it's either I can't remember now whether it was qualifying record or fair play off the pitch. But yeah, next says, who's doing the sunglasses? Fonte, I recognise him. I don't actually know. I was hoping they'd tell me, but yeah, I've sat here the whole stream wondering who that bloke is. But you might be right. But yeah, I think overall in terms of the game, it's not been bad. I think Ukraine have given this a really good go, and Belgium have once again shown that they're in trouble. Because for me, they have not been good enough defensively today. And they were punished by Slovakia. Romania should have punished them. Think of the clear-cut chances that the Romania had. They should have scored. Romania should have scored against Belgium. Simple as that. Man went through. Ratiu went through. Marin had an opportunity. And Belgium again today have shown they're defensively weak. It's criminal. Ukraine have had opportunities today. If this carries on, I can see Ukraine scoring. And even if Belgium get through today, I think they're in big trouble. Who do they play? Who would they play? I know you guys have put things in chat. I will get through them in a minute. I just want to have a look. So, because for me, Belgium are so poor defensively, they'll be in big trouble. So as it stands, Belgium would finish second. Now, second in Group E plays France. Now, they will get... Now, I mean, that would be... To be honest... That will be a very interesting game. Because it will be between a France side who haven't scored from open play versus a Belgium side who can't defend. So that either says 0-0 or 4-4. So that could be fun. So as it stands, in terms of the qualification points, Belgium would go through to play France and Romania would go through to play 3A, B, C, D. So we don't know. That's still got to be worked out. But yeah, so that would be interesting. So as it stands, Belgium would play France. That is a very, very interesting game. That's a very, very interesting game. But yeah, I think the worry is for Ukraine is that they are out. They need to find a goal in this game. If not, they're in big trouble. If not, they're out of the Euros. It is simple as that. Ukraine have to score. Casey says official is on basis of qualies. Thank you for that. Oh yeah, because it was that Denmark won because Denmark were level on points with Slovenia, weren't they? In qualies as well. So that was yeah. Okay, thank you for that. Nick says wish they would tell us who these random pundits are. Well, the problem is they tell us at the start and they expect us to remember, and we don't remember. Dara says would or Archer for you? Spin will be the key for me. Yeah, I think you're spot on. I would say Archer. I think he's had a better tournament. But yeah, Spin will be key. I mean, Rashid against US was phenomenal. So again, as you say, it will play a big factor. Gary says England lucked out a bit in the draw, not gonna lie. Yeah, we have. I mean, I need a reporter does get. But yeah, obviously, yeah, as you say, the other knockout path has all the big teams. France, Germany, Spain, and Portugal all on the other side of the draw. Now, that screams to me, we have to get to the final. It is as simple as that. Even Belgium, as it stands, would be on the other side of the draw. Now, I don't think they're a big side. I don't think they're a very good side. And they will probably get absolutely battered by France as it stands. But that's the lay of the land. And Air says that's why we're favourites, so I don't think we really are. We really are. Look at the squad knick-knack. We have some of the best players, and we have some of the best players, if not the best players in the world right now. Like, our squad is ridiculous. But yeah, we have got a really nice side of the draw from an England point of view. And to be honest, I think Romania, if these games were to stay the same, Romania go through top. Now, they play third in A, B, C or D. Now, that is Hungary. Sorry, I'm just doing it. That is Hungary, Croatia, who we know are out. So it's quite literally, Romania will play Hungary, Slovenia or Netherlands. Now, if they get Slovenia or Hungary, they'll fancy themselves. They really will. So this side of the draw, I think England's side of the draw, it is quite big. It is quite big. Because I think we'll see some upsets on this side of the draw. Like, England should get to the final, but we could see Romania in the semi-finals. We could see a smaller nation go deep because of the way the draw has worked. And Nia says, well, last thing we need is more pressure, Harry. Nia says, we'll know exactly who's playing who in a couple of hours. Exactly. And obviously, we are live for the Group F games that both me and Jack. So make sure to be here. Do not miss that. The final 2 group games of Euro 2024. It has flown by ridiculously fast. We are into the knockouts on Saturday. But as you say, tonight we'll find out who plays who in the round of 16. We'll find out England's opponents. We'll find out who France will play, who that will play. But as I said, as it stands, Belgium would go through to play France, which would be a very, very tough game. But yeah, I think it's gonna be difficult. Dara says, I'm in Phoenix, I haven't seen all of the England games. Is the criticism of Southgate that I'm reading about justified? Yeah, 100% justified. Now, I want to make a point on this. Yes, the criticism is justified, and people being frustrated at him and annoyed by the way that England are playing is 100% justified. Like, I get that, because we have not been good enough. However, I think Southgate is also like, booing our team, despite the fact we've qualified top of our group, is embarrassing. And dare I even mention it, throwing beer cups at our manager is also not justified at all. That is disgraceful. And that is the problem with English fans. We have qualified top of our group, unbeaten, and we booed our manager and threw cups at him. Now, that is just outright wrong. And it is disgusting. And I feel for Southgate. Yes, the criticism of his tactics on the pitch is justified. But the way that we are treating him off the pitch is absolutely disgusting. And, he shouldn't have to stand for that. He shouldn't have to put up with that. And I feel for the bloke, because yes, we haven't been good enough on the pitch, but the way that we have treated him off the pitch is not good enough, and it is really poor from England fans. And yet, I know it's a minority, but again, you can't be seeing that. It is vile to throw cups at your own manager. I mean, booing him is bad, but to hurl something at him while he's clapping you is just wrong. It is just wrong. But yeah, watching back the Slovakia-Romania first half, then it was a lovely header from Duda to give Slovakia the lead. But then Romania managed to respond from the penalty spot, and that reinstates them as top of the group. Simon says, Southgate even admitted to the way they're playing is bound to criticism. Yeah, 100%. But the problem is, as we said last night, if we play the way we did in the knockouts, it will work. If we play the way we did in the knockouts, it will work. Because that is knockout football. But we shouldn't have played like that in the groups. Save that for the knockouts. By the way, that is a contentious penalty for Romania. So initially, Hadji's brought down. Initially, the referee gave a free kick. But it was overturned via penalty, and I'm not sure about that one. But they scored it, and it's level in that game. Casey says, criticising Southgate is like clubbing Bambi at this point. Yeah, it's a weird one. Gary says, technically unbeaten, but come on, mate. Drawing with Slovenia may as well be a loss. Did you see Slovenia celebrate that draw as though they'd won? Yeah, but Slovenia celebrated that because they'd qualified. They didn't celebrate because it was a draw. They celebrated because they qualified. The reason Slovenia celebrated so much is because that draw was enough for them to qualify through to the knockouts. So yeah, we shouldn't have drawn. Yeah, no, I see your point. I'm just saying that the reason Slovenia was so happy with it is because that meant that they qualified through to the round of 16. But yeah, no, we should have won. I get what you mean. Nick says Slovenia was our best game so far. We actually look slightly organised with a vague shape to the team. Yeah, the problem is because we drew, everyone's going to null and void the performance. But look, I mean, he brought on Palmer. Look how well Palmer played. You know, Gordon came on and looked bright. Was there any contact? That's what I thought. Now, I'm not gonna be the one to suggest this, but I'm gonna mention it. As we know, Slovakia and Romania are good friends. As we also know, they both need a draw tonight. Now, don't you think it's a bit dodgy that when Slovakia took the lead, Romania got a dodgy penalty and Slovakia didn't seem to care? Now, I'm not saying anything, I'm just pointing out the facts. So that's interesting. Dara says, VAR working well in this tournament. Yeah, 100%. You know, and as Gary says, officiating at this tournament has been brilliant because it's been consistent. And what probably the best I've seen in any competition, yeah. And there's two reasons for this. Now, you mentioned consistent. Now, yes, there's been a couple bad refereeing performances, but they're consistent, and I think that's what people like about it. Some refs have been bad, but at least they've been consistent throughout the game. So they've been bad for both teams, if you get what I'm saying. Either they've been consistently good, so it's been fair, or they've been consistently bad, and it's been fair. So that's one reason. The other reason is that the technology at this tournament that UEFA are using is perfect. With the VAR, you have the semi-automated offsides, and then you have the, I can't remember what it's called now, the something-ometer that tracks handball touches. You know, it's very similar to ultra edge in cricket. That technology is very, very useful to determine handballs. So the technology has made the decisions as Gary says, as decisions are quick, no faff about 5 minutes and Kings play the game because of the technology. Surprisingly, because the officials, alright, okay, we slag off the Premier League officials, but half of it isn't their fault. It is because of the technology. If you gave those officials the right technology, they would be much better referees. Because what they have to do at this tournament, quite literally, there's a video on it, right? There's a video on it in the VAR room. What happens is VAR say to the referee, okay, we're going to check the goal. They press 2 buttons and it does the automated offside for them. And then they make the decision. That's how quick it is. They don't have to do anything. They just press 2 buttons and it's done. Whereas in the Premier League, they have to draw on the lines. Yeah. Okay, snickometer. That's the one. Yeah. And as Dara says, I hope we got in the Premier League. Yeah, 100%. We are going to get underway for the second half here. Ukraine to get us underway. A big 45 minutes. As it stands, Ukraine would go out of Euro 2024 on goal difference. But yeah. Yeah, snickometer. Really useful. It's made decisions so quick. And again, using that technology, rather than Stuart Atwell sitting there for 3 minutes and looking at it himself, they press a button, they look at the graph, they goes, right, there's a spike, it's handball. So as much as we will slag off, yes, I know Prem refs aren't great, I understand that, but I don't think they're to blame for everything that goes wrong in the Premier League. I think the technology is woeful. It's like trying to use a Nokia in the modern day. Yeah, it's like trying to use outdated technology in the modern day. It just doesn't work. Dara says, love Snicko, yeah. And obviously cricket fans will be very used to it. You know, incredible technology. Now Nick says, come on, Ukraine. Bye-bye, Martinez. If Belgium go out, presumably. You mean Tedesco? Don't worry. I've made the same mistake completely. Roberto Martinez is at Portugal. Tedesco's at Belgium. But yeah, I think you're right. Tedesco will be gone if Belgium go out. 100%. Yeah, I mean, Roberto Martinez at Portugal hasn't been very good. But obviously, I mean, they're through. So, a let-off for them. Casey asks, who would you rather have, Sane or De Bruyne? De Bruyne. I mean, I think I think it's a hard one to compare because they play different positions. But if we're talking about playing as a number 10, obviously De Bruyne, clearly. I think De Bruyne is much better. Sane's dangerous, and I feel for Sane because I don't think it's ever worked out anywhere. He's looked okay at Bayern, he looked good at City, but I don't think he's unlocked his full potential, and I feel like he's ran out of time to do that. But I think it's a close one. Gary says, Roberto Martinez has been coach Portugal for the last 2 years, lol. Yeah, as Nick says, he knew that. Of course, you're testing our knowledge. You were making sure we were still sharp. Yeah. Dara says, just want to congratulate Afghanistan for reaching semis. Maybe, yeah, they have been really, really good. Played very, very well. Obviously, they've got South Africa tomorrow morning at 1:30, so I'm not going to watch that. But yeah, they were good. Good to see the Aussies crash out as well to India. That was funny. But yeah, here is Arta Tiatre into Jeremy Doku. Doku plays it to De Bruyne. And here is Tiatre. Tries to play the ball into De Bruyne. De Bruyne doesn't move. And as Nick says earlier, De Bruyne doesn't want to run onto things. You're spot on, Nick. De Bruyne just doesn't want to run. Gary says, I think KDB, because I think Sane is easy to replace. KDB is really unique. Yeah, I get what you mean. KDB has the X factor about him that nobody else possesses. You know, he's similar to he's one of your world class players. Like, you know, Ronaldo, Messi. I think you can go two ways about it, because Ronaldo and Messi have something unique, but like so does Toni Kroos. No one can pass a ball like Toni Kroos. You know, and that's what I like. I like to think about it not only from, you know, attackers being unique, but also more defensive players. Nia says, must be frustrating for KDB playing with people who aren't at this level. Yeah, I mean, he's watching Wout Face and Jan Vertonghen bumble around. Here is Artem Dovbyk, good feet. Holds it up well, dispossessed, and here comes KDB. Gary says, we're picking for the next tournament. I'd go Sane because KDB is old. Don't know if he has another tournament in him. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I get what you're saying. Obviously, Sane is German and De Bruyne is Belgian. But yeah, I don't think, De Bruyne won't play the next tournament. I doubt it. Dara says the Aussies still crying. Love it. And it says Australia out. Yeah. They lost to India yesterday. Or the day before. Which means that that India go through. Australia went out. Yeah, it was really funny. Here is Doku. Lukaku. Trossard, Doku, good feet from Jeremy Doku, tries to play it through to De Bruyne, and it is not a good pass, and it is given a free kick to Ukraine anyway, because Shaparenko was kicked as Doku took his shot. But, the game, I mean, carrying on in very similar fashion to how it did in the first half. Both sides a bit cagey, which is interesting, because obviously Belgium know they're through with a draw, but they go through second, which means they have to play France. Ukraine, they're out as it stands. Nia says De Bruyne will only be 34 at the World Cup. Oh, fair enough. I thought it was... for the next Euros, obviously then he'd be... I guess he can still be at 36. It's his birthday on Friday. Well, that would be nice. He can celebrate that. He's got a day, no games on that day as well, so he can actually go out and enjoy his birthday. Turns 33. Good on him. Still playing, still an elite player. Obviously, rumours that he may go to Saudi Arabia over the summer. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see that happen. And a banner is being unveiled, by the way, in the Ukraine end. They've only got half it unveiled, so I can't read what it says, but the first word is peace. So... obviously, I'm guessing it's going to be a banner that is striving for peace. And actually, there's now stewards going there to take it away from them. Anyway, ball flicked on by Dovbyek, headed away by Lukaku. De Bruyne will bring it forward. And good strength in there. He's not happy. They think it was a foul, Belgium, but good strength in there from Matvienko. Here is Brasco. Poor ball out, and Trossard can now break. Dara says, why did Chelsea let Musiala go? Hang on, Doku's cutting inside, lays it into the box. Lukaku's immobile and can't get there. Cleared away by Ukraine. I mean, obviously now we ask that question now because we know how good Musiala is, but obviously Chelsea wouldn't have known. Tielemans from range, blocked and out for a corner. But yeah, Chelsea wouldn't have known that Musiala was going to turn into the player. They have to judge it on what they would have seen when he was younger. And I'm guessing that they didn't think he was going to be one of the best. Like they probably looked at Mount and they probably thought Mount was better at the time. They would have looked at players like Ruben Loftus-Cheek and thought he was better at the time. And that sounds stupid to say now, but at that time, nobody knew how good Musiala was going to be. Brought down by Tielemans on the edge, has a go. That is a wayward effort. And out for a goal kick. Getting decided to become a German. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him though. It's paid off massively, isn't it? But yeah, I think, he would be brilliant. I'd love to see him for England. But yeah, he's a phenomenal player, but Chelsea wouldn't have known. There was a... Yeah, it's an interesting one. Dara says, but he's one of many, mate. Yeah, I know. It's a hard one. And also you'd think, you look at some of the talents Chelsea have brought through, you think Musiala would have been on that list as well. But apparently not. But he's alright. He is striving at Bayern Munich. He is striving for Germany. And at his home tournament, with his team hosting it, he has been tearing it up. And I think they're going to play very, very well against Denmark. Are they on Saturday? I think they're on Saturday. But yeah. No, they're on Sunday. They are on Saturday, I think. Saturday, yeah. Alongside Switzerland, Italy. Jate dispossessed by Simchik. Here is Brasco. Ball back with Zabani. Taras has agreed now, but Southampton destroyed him. Oh, yeah. Because he'd have been another brilliant attacking player that would have sat back defensively behind the ball. That's a lovely ball down the left-hand side. Michaelenko can't get there, and that goes out for a Belgian goal kick. Case has got to miss Hazard. Oh, he was brilliant. Honestly, that man, irreplaceable. For Chelsea and for Belgium, clearly. People thought with Trossard coming in that Trossard coming in would replace what Hazard gave Belgium, but it didn't. And from a Chelsea point of view, well, I mean, Chelsea trying to replace Hazard with Pulisic, which I think was the biggest insult to Eden Hazard ever. Here comes Jeremy Doku. I mean, it did make me very happy to see Eden Hazard playing at Stamford Bridge again at Soccer Aid. That was brilliant to see. Castagna. Here is Trossard. Amateur. Because if Eden Hazard was in this Belgian side today, he's got that X factor to just carve through this Ukraine side. Castagna plays a 1-2 with De Bruyne, a big tackle from Michaelenko, and he wins. No, it's a corner. But yeah, 10 minutes into this second half then. Still 0-0 here. Still 1-1 in Slovakia, Romania. Doku has a go from range. Blocked. Ukraine need to win. If not, they are out. Dara says if he did it, it'd be a number 6 for Southgate. Yeah. It'd sit in a pivot. Michaelenko down here for Ukraine. With some back pain. Hopefully he's okay. Physios will come on. But yeah, he got down low to block that Doku shot, taking it right on the the coccyx is going to hurt. And also making that tackle on Timothy Castagna as well. Just feeling it. Just going to take a moment. Not a bad game, though, so far from either of these two sides. But again, not convinced by Belgium in the slightest. And Alexander Zinchenko will come on to replace Michaelenko, deeming that he cannot carry on. And Zinchenko will come in. And now, I mean, this is Belgium's chance. Because there's one thing we know about Alexander Zinchenko. He can't defend. So what you do is Trossard is going to be running at him. Running at his Arsenal teammate. We know Zinchenko can't defend. So this could get very interesting now for Ukraine. 34 to play. Group E is tied on 4 points to every side. And at the moment, Ukraine and Rebrov would be crashing out on goal difference. Big tackle from Svatok. Here is Onana back to Tielemans. Tielemans to De Bruyne. Here is Jeremy Doku. De Bruyne plays a 1-2 of Doku. This is good football across the box and it flashes across the goal and no one can get near it because what a surprise. Romelu Lukaku is immobile and he can't move. Dara asks how do you replace Rashid? I mean, yeah, it's a good question. We haven't got a spinner that can spin the ball like Ali Rashid. I think you look at, obviously you turn to... obviously, Ali's good, but he doesn't give you what Rashid does. Same with Livingston. I think Jax is I don't like Jax as a bowler. I don't think he's good. But yeah, I think it's going to be a very difficult one. He just gives you something different. He has a bit more variety. Yeah. Gary says, Gary, you're just saying that every time Lukaku doesn't move. I've noticed every time Lukaku stays static and doesn't move. Nick says, no, I want the ball in ordinarily. No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. If they had a striker that could run, what they'd done is they'd slid in and they'd scored the goal. But yeah. So what a goal would mean for Belgium at this point. If Belgium were to score, they would top the group. And Ukraine would then go out, would still remain out. So for Belgium, there's incentive to go out and top the group. Because if they don't top the group, they would finish second and then they would end up playing France. That's a lovely ball through to Artem Dovbyek, but the flag is up. Decisive decision from Gary Beswick on the near side. Putting his flag up straight away. Rightfully so. He was miles offside. This is between the keeper and the defence, exactly where wingers are trying to put it. Exactly that. I don't get what more Doku could have done there for his striker that just didn't move. Gary says, we'll have to hope that Rehan Ahmed can develop further. Jackson Ahmed aside, we don't seem to have many spinners in the development pipeline. Yeah, I get what you mean. And even, I like Jackson. He's a very good hit. He's a very good brute of a batsman, but I don't like him with the ball. I don't think he gives you anything that the others don't. Now says, does the linesman get a signal then? What do you mean? Like, did I miss what? Have I missed something? Explain, Nick Nack. But yeah. Here is Doku. Cuts inside. Here is Tiatre. Casey asks, his cute grey haircut fullback. Oh, what, Arta Tiatre, Bologna. Can play, usually plays centre half, can play left back. There's a semi-automated offside. Well, there'll be a... I think the assistant just puts it up if he's miles off. And do they just stick that flag up willy nilly? Like, yeah, they do. Yeah. So he'll just put the. The difference is they only put their flag up if they're definitely sure. If it's a close one, then they're meant to leave it and wait and see if the ball goes back to the net. If it's obvious, then they give it. Yeah. Tielemans then and Trossard coming off for Belgium. On comes, trying to go who this is, Mangala is going to come on for Tielemans, and then Trossard is going to be replaced by Yannick Carrasco. So Belgium needing a goal, and they've turned to Yannick Carrasco, which is an interesting decision. But yeah, technically they don't need a goal, but they'd much rather top the group. If Belgium top the group, they play a third place side. If they come second, they play France. There should be incentive to go and score. The problem is they don't want to risk it, because if they do concede, obviously they're out. Okay, Nia says even obvious ones aren't always as obvious as you first think. Yeah, no. So that's why they're only meant to put the flag up if it's a good 5 yards offside. It's the only time they're meant to put it up. Cases are like Carrasco. I think he's a decent player. I think bringing him in on the right-hand side is better than playing him left-back like they did in the first game. I think he's alright. Nothing special, but he's a decent player. Dara says you should cover the cricket too, mate. I mean, I'd love to. And we've always spoke about this. I mean, it would be brilliant one day to have a channel for every sport, really. But I'd love to. I'd love to cover the cricket. The problem is, I think with the cricket, you'd need a good 3 or 4 people on as well, because obviously it's a bit longer. I think Jack hates cricket, so that's a problem. So Jack hates cricket, so it'd only be me that would do it, and I think you'd need 3 or 4 people because the games are longer. You'd need 3 or 4 people to keep the chat going. Gary says, I'd love to see it, but I think they've got their hands full already between TFC and TWFC. They've already had to go on TF1C. Not to mention covering cricket can be really time consuming. Yeah, but again, it's a long term aim. A long term aim. If this all played out well, a long term aim would be able to have a channel to cover, to have a whole thing where you've got loads of people involved, and we've got a channel to cover most sports. That would be the aim, and that would be phenomenal. I mean, if we could have that would be absolutely brilliant. So we had a few people that would run the cricket. We would have a few people that would run the football. We'd have a few people that would run the women's football. We'd have a few people that would run tennis, whatever it is. Here's Lukaku. Has a go. It's a good save from Trubin. Yeah, you're spot on, Harry. Cricket commentary is something of an art form. There's a lot of waffling banter in between. Yeah, especially. I mean, T20 would be alright. Adara says Trubin is well cut on England games. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think if we covered cricket, we would do. I mean, this is just hypothetically speaking, not that's going to happen, but I would do. So you'd obviously have the T20 World Cup, you'd have the 50 over World Cup. We'd probably and then you'd do that for men's and women's, and then you would have whether we'd do county cricket. Not county cricket. Well, we'd do the 100 probably. We might do the blast as well. Don't think we'd sit here and do the test. We'd do the Ashes obviously, but I think other test match would be too much. Because the problem with that is also you'd have to sit here and do a whole day. The whole day you just sit here and just stream. But yeah, it's a long-term aim. That's why you guys should subscribe now, and you should do everything you can to help promote the channel, help support the channel, so that in the long term we can do things like that. We can do things that you guys want. But you never know. There's a big few years coming up. A lot to be decided. Would you like to add? I mean, you can tell that everyone in this group is playing for a draw, because Belgium know they're through with a draw, Romania know they're through with a draw, and Slovakia know they're through with a draw. Both second halves have been pretty poor. Ukraine need to win. Now, with 25 minutes to go, we've seen no subs for Ukraine, and we've seen no attacking intent. They've got to go for the game. And as I say that, 3 players have come back from the sideline, they've taken off their bibs, and it looks like Ukraine are making a triple change in a few moments. So maybe I'm starting to spur something into action for Ukraine, because they need to go now. It is now or never for Rebrov and his side. They are 24 minutes away from being out of the Euros. They need to go for the game. Zinchenko gets caught on the ball, makes a silly foul, and Lukaku holds it up well. He releases it into Carrasco. Carrasco driving it forwards. Goes alone. The shot is tame and it's easily claimed by Anatoly Trubin, and he caught Timchik on the way there, did Carrasco. So that'll be a free kick anyway. Nia says, going to plan for Ukraine, they are still in the game. Yeah, I'm saying now they've got 24 minutes because now is the time where they need to start to turn the screw on Belgium. They need to start to put them under pressure. They've played this game perfectly for 66 minutes. Now we're getting towards those last 20 minutes. It's time to go for it. It is time to go for the game. Time to save their tournament. And just to reiterate, if Romania and Slovakia were to draw 1-1, if that result was to stay the same, and if Ukraine were to score, if Ukraine beat Belgium as it stands, Belgium would go out. So for Belgium, they've got to be careful, because if Ukraine go for this game and catch them out, they could be in big trouble. But yeah. 23 to play. Casey asks, who is the backup striker for Belgium? Who is the backup striker for Belgium? I can't think off the top of my head. I'm going to have a look. It is... Well, so there'll be a couple of options, but the options could be... If I just scroll down... Louis Openda, of course. I mean, that is not a bad option to bring off the bench. If you're bringing Louis Openda off, that would be pretty bloody brilliant. But yeah, I'm very impressed. Very impressed with what I've seen from Belgium so far. Now saying they've had a few shots between them, Romania and Slovakia. But yeah. Here is Mangala. Here is Teatre. Onana pulls him back. A silly, really silly from Artem Dovbek. He picks up a yellow card and yeah, concedes a free kick to Belgium. Dara has a lovely passion for cricket. I'd support you. Thanks, Adara. Well, I'll remember that when the whole, when we have a whole corporation of the something chat. I'll remember you when we cover cricket and you'll be in the chat. I'll remember that. But yeah, it would be lovely. It'd be brilliant. That'd be ideal to have the something chat for everything. But that's in the pipeline. That is a long way down the road. There's a lot to happen between now and then. I mean, it depends how these channels do. Triple change for Ukraine. Brazko, Yaremchuk, and Shaparenko are all going to be replaced by Stepanenko is going to come on for Shaparenko, Malinovsky will come on for Brazko, and Vernat will come on for Brazko, and Malinovsky will come on for Yaremchuk. So Ukraine going for the game with 20 to play. But yes, I'll enjoy England-India tomorrow, and obviously we'll be back on Saturday. Now, annoyingly, if England are to get to the final on Sunday, the final will clash with the first game on Sunday, which will be quite frustrating, but that's part and parcel of supporting both sports. Then I asked, where's Yarmolenko? Where's Yarmolenko? I don't know where he is, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting decision. I was going to give him a drink because I was an idiot and I haven't had one all stream and I'm absolutely dying because it's 25 degrees outside and I haven't had a drink for an hour and 46 minutes. Oh my God, that's cold. That is lovely. Okay, 20 minutes to go then. Oh. Here is for Tonga. 20 minutes for Ukraine to save their tournament. Here is Malinovsky. Matvienko, Zinchenko. What can Ukraine come up with in the last 20 minutes? Nat fires it in, cleared by Face. De Bruyne knocks it to Onana, to Axel Witsel. Ball down the line to Jeremy Doku. Doku looking for Lukaku, and Doku's getting frustrated with him because he's not moving. He can't move. Like, Doku is getting, very animatedly frustrated at Lukaku because Lukaku isn't running. And I don't blame him. I would too. If I had a striker up front who didn't run, I'd be getting angry. Here is Face to Onana. Kevin De Bruyne plays it to Doku. Here is Onana. Doku. Onana. Into Kevin De Bruyne. Face. Onana. Across to Mangala. Here is... it was a good effort by Carrasco, that is. And a big save from Trubin. Doku cuts inside, beats one, beats two, beats three. Still going. Doku has a go, charged down by Svatok, Carrasco. De Bruyne dinks it in towards Doku. Malinovsky clears. Headed away by Zabarnyi. Headed away by Vanat. Hacked away by Malinovsky, and Dovbyk brings it down. Dovbyk on the charge for Ukraine. 2-on-2 for Ukraine. Dovbyk got to get this right. Runs at Face, tries to beat Face, and it's really good defending from the centre half. Dovbyk just isn't. He hasn't got the mobility. He hasn't got that drop of the shoulder or that quick feet to beat him. Wrong player, wrong time. A huge chance for Ukraine. 2-on-2, and Dovbyk just couldn't do anything with it. Good defending from Wout Face. Dovbyk's just not the right man in that position. He's not, because of how tall he is, he just doesn't have that agility that maybe a quicker, a smarter, a smaller player would have. This is like having a statue up front and guessing that is about Romelu Lukaku. But yeah, it literally is. You're just aiming for a thing that doesn't move. Long throw into the box for Ukraine. Dovbyk flicks on. Dovbyk holds up. Dovbyk has a go, blocked by Face. Mangala headed away, but only as far as Zinchenko. Here is the Arsenal left back. Puts it into the box, and it will go. Will it run for a corner? No, it won't. Good hands from Castells. Ukraine are starting to put down Belgium under all sorts of pressure. And let me remind you, if Belgium are to lose tonight, they will be out of Euro 2024. So all this pressure Ukraine are putting them under, yes, it would send Ukraine through, but it would also eliminate Belgium. Here is Arthur Teatre. Tries to bat it to Doku. It's getting sloppy now. That's a misplaced pass out for a Ukraine throw, and Belgium are struggling. 15 minutes to play. Still 0-0. Ukraine need to score. If not, they are out. If they do score, Belgium are out. It is as simple as that. Here is Matvienko. Inside to Sudikov. Sudikov to Malinovsky. Malinovsky into Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi up the line looking for Malinovsky. Can't find him. One back though by Belgium. Malinovsky wins it off Doku. Doku gets it back. Doku running forwards, and a big tackle in there from Stepanenko to deny the Belgian winger. Right, 15 minutes to go then, chat. If you are watching along right now, have your say in the live chat. Will Belgium win this? Will Ukraine win this? Will it stay as a draw? Get it in the chat. Put Ukraine, put Belgium, put draw. One of those three options. How is this game finishing with 15 minutes to play? Here is Kevin De Bruyne over the throw-in. Headed away by Stepanenko, out for another Belgium throw. 14 to play. Here is Lukaku. Lukaku, Teatre, that is too forceful, and it is a free kick to Ukraine. Nick now says Ukraine are going out. Fair enough. So that either means a draw here or a Belgian win. But not expecting Ukraine to win this game then, Nick Nack. Everyone else watching along, do what Nick Nack's just done. Jerry Doku to be replaced now for Belgium, and on comes Yohan Bakayoko. That's frustrating. I've changed my captain 3 times in UEFA Fantasy. I gave it to Wirtz, who didn't do anything. I then gave it to Kane, who didn't do anything. And then I've given it to Doku today, who hasn't done anything. Long ball by Malinovsky. Stepanenko gets up, wins the header. Will be chased by Dovbyk. Out for a throw-in to Belgium. The poll in chat, 44% thinking it will stay as a draw. 31% think that Ukraine will win this game. 25% think Belgium will find it. So more people backing Ukraine to score than they are for Belgium. Here is Svatok to Anatoly Trubin in the goal. Time is running out for Ukraine. Could this be the last 13 minutes of their tournament? Could it be the last 13 minutes of Belgium's tournament? Ball long, Dovbyk flicks it on, looking for Vernut. Can't quite bring it down. Stepanenko wins the header. He finds Zinchenko. Zinchenko back to Stepanenko. Stepanenko across. Here is Malinovsky. Back to Svatok. Here is Trubin. Just bringing it out of his own back line. Plays the ball over the top. Looking for Dovbyk. Can't win the header. Falls down to Simchik. Good touch from Zinchenko. Zinchenko into Stepanenko. He plays it to Sudikov. Sudikov will bring it forwards. Good drive from Sudikov. Still driving is Sudikov. Plays it to Dovbyk. Can he get a shot away? On his right foot into the side netting. Another really good move from Ukraine. And they are coming close. They are coming really close. Their fans can't believe it. They are really pushing now. They're putting Belgium under all sorts of pressure. And Dovbyk firing it into the side netting. Going for a goal kick. Was the right decision. Ukraine are giving this everything they have got. 11 to play in Stuttgart. 8 to play in the game between Slovakia and Romania. If that remains 1-1, then we will see Slovakia and we will see Romania into the round of 16 of Euro 2024. As it stands, Belgium would join them, but if Ukraine can score, then Ukraine would go through and Belgium would be out. Now, I will also reiterate, if Ukraine score, they go from being out to winning the group. That is how tight it is. On comes Yarmolenko. Svatok is bought off. Ukraine going to a 4. 4-3-3 for Ukraine. They are really going for this now with 10 to play. But that is the reality of it. If Ukraine draw or lose, they go out bottom of the group. If they are to score 1 goal, they top the group. That is how mental this group is. Crazy. Crazy stuff. Casteels knocking it out wide towards Teatre. He will flick it on, but that will fall to Malinovsky. Malinovsky kicks it long. Good touch from Yarmolenko, put out for a throw by Teatre. 10 minutes to play. Tedesco feeling the pressure. Belgium feeling the pressure. They have played for the draw. They have decided that they are going to sit and absorb for 9 minutes. And they will take the second place in this group. However, if Ukraine are to score, that plan will backfire and Belgium will be out. Here is Zabarnyi. He plays it to Malinovsky, into Yarmolenko. Chimchich plays it down the line into the run of Janot, who beats Jan Vertonghen. And he would see that out for a corner. Really good play from Janot. Poor from Vertonghen. Terrible defending. Falling over like that. Clown defending from Jan Vertonghen. 8 minutes to play. The Ukraine fans behind the goal, willing their team on. Willing their team to score. A goal now would mean absolutely everything. The ball then will be delivered. Yarmolenko, he tried to catch the keeper out. And oh my word, that nearly went in. Brilliant reflexes from Casteels. Yarmolenko tries to catch the keeper out, who's off his line. And oh my word, it's clawed off the line by the goalkeeper and put behind by Gastanya for a corner. That was inches away from the round of 16 for Ukraine. That is crazy. Malinovsky puts it in again. Another good corner and it's headed over. Headed over by Stepanenko. I can't believe how close that was. Literally 2 inches. Ukraine were 2 inches from the round of 16. Casteels with incredible reactions to claw it off his line. I mean, that would have been one hell of a way to win this game. Casteels then will launch this up the pitch. Long ball. Won by De Bruyne. Falls to Carrasco. Cut out by Stepanenko though. Simčić feeling the pressure. And he has to see that out for a Belgium throw. And then he goes down. And they're hoping he's alright. He's going to carry on. I think that might be a tactical ploy just to let his team get back in there. Belgium throwing then. Artur Teatre over it. Teatre then go for the long throw. Looking for Lukaku. It's headed away. Malinovsky gives it back to Teatre though. Here is Onana. And they're being forced to run back towards their own goal here, Belgium. Good pressure from Ukraine. Carrasco. Plays it to Malinovsky. Zabarnyi into Zinchenko. Brings it down. Tries to run through the midfield. Cut out by Andre Onana. But feeling the pressure. Belgium. Malinovsky wins it back. Here is Stepanenko. Got to release the ball. He does. Finds Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko will have a go from range. Blocked by Mangala. Malinovsky, also Sidakov will make that ball. Sees it out for a throw. Ukraine holding on to possession. Ukraine maintaining the pressure on to Belgium. Here is Zabarnyi across to Matvienko. Into Zinchenko. It's a poor pass from Zinchenko. And now Belgium will come forward. Kevin De Bruyne. Charging through the team. Still De Bruyne. Gives it to Lukaku. Good feet. Cuts it across. Turned it behind by Matvienko. Incredible end to this game. 5 minutes to play. A lot can change in 5 minutes. Just a reminder. Slovakia 1, Romania 1. They have got 3 minutes to play. And the table as it stands, Romania are top. Belgium second, Slovakia third, Ukraine fourth. Slovakia third are already guaranteed through as one of the third place teams. Romania would top the group, they would play a third place side. Belgium would be second, they would play France. Slovakia would be third, they would go through. Ukraine would be out, but the ball is with Yarmolenko, swings it in, headed up by Onana, kept alive by Dovbyk. Teatre misses the header, falls to Yarmolenko. Has a go, puts it in there, headed away, only as far as Stepanenko. De Bruyne heads it away, and now Carrasco will drive it forward for Belgium. 3-on-2 on the counter-attack. Carrasco, De Bruyne lays it to Bakayoko. It's just wide. Big chance to bury the game and to send Belgium to the top of the group. Missed. And Ukraine will keep going. But Belgium, I mean, if they do get through today, they've got to be worried. Because they have not been good, they've not played well today. And that France side has the potential to really embarrass them. But that's if they hold on here. Malinovsky into Sudikov. Sudikov across to Simchik. Simchik will swing the ball in. Dovbyk brings it down. Lays it off to Malinovsky. Blocked by Castagna. And that is a huge block. Because that was a strike that was hit with absolute venom and it's left Malinovsky on the floor. So it's left Castagna on the floor. And I'm not surprised. Because that ball, brilliant hold up from Dovbyk, lays it into Malinovsky, who absolutely rifles it towards the goal. And without Castagna intervention, that very much could have found itself in the back of the net. An incredible effort. And this is the goal line technology on that Malinovsky corner. I mean, wow. Nowhere near crossing it. It was on the line. Nowhere near crossing it. But on the line. Ukraine fans couldn't believe that hadn't gone in the goal. Zabarnyi out wide to Yarmolenko. Here is Simchik. Louis Openda will come on for Belgium when the ball next leaves the pitch. 88-44. Here is Matvienko. Ball over top to Zinchenko, who can't keep it alive, and it runs out for a goal kick. And that is poor from Alexander Zinchenko. He has got to do better there. He has got to bring that ball down. That is not good enough. He is a Premier League footballer. He has to bring that down, and he's cost his side a really good chance there. Well, it was 89 minutes for Romelu Lukaku. He did nothing. He looks absolutely knackered. I don't know why. He hasn't run anywhere. And Louis Openda comes on for the last minute. 30 to play plus additional. 30 seconds were there, not 30 minutes. Casteels goes long. Looking for Openda, one in the air by Stepanenko. Ball is knocked back to Trubin, who just kicks it up into the air. Stepanenko wins it. Matvienko gets up as well. Zinchenko wins it with De Bruyne, and that is out for a Ukraine throw. The fourth official will raise the board and will signal to 4 more minutes. Ukraine have 4 minutes to save their tournament. This is drama at the Euros. We have seen some shocks. We have seen some last minute drama. Scotland were knocked out in the 100th minute. Germany scored in the 92nd. Italy knocked out Croatia in the 98th. Can Ukraine add to that? Sudakov charging through the team. Sudakov, and it's straight at Casteels. He has got to do better with that chance. It's brilliant football. Picks it up. He runs past 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders and he fires it straight at the goalkeeper. He has got to do better with that opportunity. Rebrov can't believe it. And that was that the chance? Was that the moment that Ukraine could have got back in this tie? Could have stayed in this competition? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Here is Sudakov. Lovely twisting and turning from the midfielder. Finds Janut. Janut is dispossessed by Mangala. That's poor. Got to trap the ball better than that. Mangala again under pressure from Ukraine, being hounded. Bakayoko plays out superbly though. Lovely flick over the head from Amadou Onana. Plays it into Teatre. And Ukraine have huffed and puffed, but you feel like it won't be enough. Here is Yannick Carrasco. Carrasco cuts in. Has a shot blocked, and that will go out of play for a Belgium throw. They will take their time over this throw-in. 2 minutes to play. Ukraine have tried everything. They've given it. You can't fault them today. They held on well, and they've gone for the game for the last 20 minutes, and it's not been enough. And you look back, that loss to Romania, the determining factor. Got to win games like that. Belgium have won themselves a corner. Not what Ukraine need, and you feel like that will be that. Belgium not rushing from this corner. De Bruyne wants a short option. He's going to get one from Bakayoko. Belgium holding it in the corner. Winning it, then they've won another one. And this is brilliant. Brilliant play. Just seeing this game out from Belgium. That has gone out for a goal kick. Apparently not. And that one has though. 30 seconds in. One last chance for Ukraine. It's got to go long from Trubin, surely. Gary says huffed and puffed, but it won't be enough. Not a great line from MC Harry. Just rolls off the tongue. It's what I do. I'm naturally gifted at this. Of course, I'm joking. Casteels will smash that clear, and you think that will be it. We are now into the 94th. We still play. The ball's up in the air. And that is it. Ukraine 0, Belgium 0, and Ukraine are out of Euro 2024. A massive shock in Group E. It was not enough. A draw with Belgium will not do. And Ukraine, quarter-finalists in Euro 2020, are grouped in Euro 2024. A massive, massive surprise. Pre-tournament, you looked at this group and they would have fancied themselves. And while it is heartbreak and relief in Stuttgart at Slovakia-Romania, it is all smiles, because a 1-1 draw between those two teams means that Romania will top Group E and will go through into the round of 16. Belgium take up second. They face France on Monday, but Slovakia as well. Slovakia and Romanian fans rejoicing together as both teams have done enough to get through to the round of 16. It is pandemonium. It is party time if you're a Romanian or a Slovakian fan, and Frankfurt is going to be one happy city tonight, because that is a massive achievement. So credit and congratulations to Romania. And congratulations to Slovakia. They have pulled off a brilliant, brilliant job to see both sides through. Belgium through by the skin of their teeth. They were not good enough in this group stage, but they pulled through. Lost to Slovakia, beat Romania, drew to Ukraine, going through on goal difference. Ukraine are out by -2 goals. It is a horrible way to be knocked out of a competition. It is a horrible way to be knocked out. Romania on +1. Belgium on +1. Slovakia on 0. Ukraine on -2. Every single side in this group on 4 points. Ukraine, one side has a miss out, and it was Ukraine. What a surprise. What a shock. But as Gary says, what a group. Comes over Ukraine for a bit hard done by, yeah. All 4 teams level. There's an argument for all 4 teams to be done here. And quite interestingly, there are a lot of boos and there are a lot of, how do I put this? Inappropriate hand signs from the Belgian fans towards their manager and towards their team. Yes, they've got through, but they are not happy with the way their side performed today. But that is it. Ukraine 0, Belgium 0. There are 2 games left of this group stage. And that is in Group F. Join us in 45 minutes time where we will round off Group F. Will it be Turkey or will it be Czechia to go through? Georgia, it's a long shot for them to get anything. Portugal confirmed through. So it is between Czechia and Turkey for a place in the round of 16. And by the end of tonight, we will have confirmed the Euro 2024 knockouts. Gary says, great conjure as always, Harry. Thanks for streaming. You're very welcome, Gary. And thank you to everybody who has joined me today. It's been a very, very enjoyable one. Yes, we were served up to no goals. Yes, it's the second 0-0 of the tournament. Third 0-0 of the tournament, sorry. Fourth 0-0 of the tournament, actually. Because Group C was dull. But yeah, we'll be back in 45 minutes. But that is all for now. Thank you all guys very, very much for watching. And we will see you in 45 minutes.